Hey everyone, come follow me. Yay. So we're in Genesis 6 to 11 and Moses 8 this week. And it sounds like a lot of reading. It's really not too bad. And Moses 8 is awesome. I'm focusing on Genesis this week. We're going to go through those verses. Moses 8, just again, inspired, wonderful translation from Joseph Smith that provides more information around Moses' character, what he actually went through, and just gives us that little bit more, actually quite a bit more, but more so that we're, aware. Yeah, it's just awesome. So do read that. It's a good one to read. And do really sort of look at Genesis 6 to 11. I honestly, I thought there was more verses around the Tower of Babel. And I did a whole thing like, there's more to this. And then I remembered, it's in Ether. So maybe take a trip to Ether this week too and read about the Jaredites leaving the Tower of Babel again. It's not particularly long, but their journey sort of puts in more pieces to that puzzle. So take a chance for that too. So the first one we're going to look at is not particularly a scripture. We're just going to look at the story of Noah. And why is the story of Noah so valuable to us today? What is it about the story of Noah that everyone seems to know, whether they're Christian, Buddhist, whatever, people still seem to know about Noah. They might not know about Moses, although that's probably the second, and maybe they haven't even heard of Jesus Christ, but yet they still know about Noah. So what is it about Noah that's so fascinating for everyone, and what is so valuable in the story that we can learn from today, like for our lives right now? So remember, in Noah's time, he's left with like the wicked people because Enoch had, fled or had been taken into the bosom of God. So it's gone. Enoch's gone. Noah's left there with people that weren't good enough to be in the city of Enoch. So not a whole bunch of really nice people, actually. Kind of bad. But Noah was born, it says in Genesis 5:29 that Noah was sent. And Noah actually means to provide comfort and rest. It's kind of cool. That's what his name means. But that's exactly what he did too. It took about 120 years to build the ark. And, it's all about preparing. And all that time he was asking people, come and help. Come and, he was preaching the gospel. He was preaching Jesus Christ. And no one was listening, apart from Mrs. Noah. We don't know her name, but we'll just call her Mrs. Noah. He had children after he'd finished building the ark, and then they grew old enough to take wives, and then they got on the ark, and that's when the waters came, the flood came, started raining. But even then, people weren't listening. They're just like, it's just a rain, it's all good. So it was too late. And then suddenly it's just too late. And doesn't that happen in today's world, where we get told again and again and again, prepare, do this, listen to this counsel. It's all our choice for what we do. And then suddenly the rains have come and it's too late. So the story can teach us so, so much. Now, I'm going to read something. This comes from the lesson book. It might have come from the Teachers Come Follow Me book. Remember these books? That's what I get my Come Follow Me stuff from. This one, so individuals and families. And then that one is the teachers one, which is really handy to have, especially if you're teaching at home, if you're still doing that. Or like for me, I teach institute, so it's good to have. But anyway, it came from one of them. I've got it stuck in my book here. So President Henry B. Eyring, he said, the failure to take prophetic counsel lessens as in diminishes or restricts. Okay, lessens, L-E-S-S-E-N. Lessens our power to take inspired counsel in the future. The best time to have decided to help Noah build the ark was the first time he asked. Each time he asked after that, each failure to respond would have lessened sensitivity to the Spirit. Does that not sound like what happens today with a prophet? Each time you fail to respond when they ask you or remind you to do something, it lessens your sensitivity to the Spirit every time you fail to do that. Anyway, he goes on to say, And so each time his request would have seemed more foolish until the rain came, and then it was too late. Every time in my life when I have chosen to delay following inspired counsel or decided that I was an exception, or decide that I was an exception, I came to know that I had put myself in harm's way. Every time that I have listened to the counsel of prophets, felt it confirmed in prayer, and then followed it, I have found that I moved toward safety. It's from President Eyring, and I just love that. I think it was so cool that he actually acknowledged that in his life and could see that, and I've seen that in my life. When I fail and don't answer that call to do something or to follow the prophet, my sensitivity is lessened to the Spirit. So I want a heightened sensitivity to the Spirit. I want to be able to hear it very clearly, every little word, not just a little hint here and there. I want to have it with me every day. So a really good scripture to go with this too is Doctrine and Covenants 38:30, and that's my quote actually for this week, and it just simply says, "If ye are prepared, ye shall not fear." Now the people of Noah's time could have really, really done with this, but they didn't listen, and it teaches us a lesson. So in the second insight, we're going to learn about why did we need a flood? What was so important about having a flood of the entire earth, and why did God or Jesus send this? God/Jesus, both of them, send this. Alright, that's a number 2. So hang around and let's learn more about Noah and get a little deeper into how we can apply that today. See you there.